Hey guys, this is the Canadian Baconer, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about the new gameplay recently released for Star Wars Battlefront. Now we do have a lot of things to talk about regarding this new gameplay, but I'm going to focus on the things that are most relevant to talk about for this commentary. First of all, we do have the cool first person and third person aspects of this game. Now obviously this is something we already knew going into the game, but it's really cool to finally see it in action. In addition to this, we do have the cool abilities. We do have the jetpack ability as well as the shield ability. Now the jetpack does exactly what you think it would do. It gets you from point A to point B really quickly. And for the shields, there are two kinds of shields. We do have the personal shield as well as the stationary shield, which can actually defend multiple people at the same time. Now both of these abilities do look like they have some kind of cooldown on them, so that's something to take into consideration when we do actually start using these on the battlefield. And to my knowledge, there's actually no set customization classes, so you can pretty much customize your character any way you want to, which is a great addition to have in the game. You can pretty much play the way you want to play without having any restrictions at all. So let's say you want to have a supportive role, but at the same time want to be somewhat stealthy, you can actually do that by having some kind of stealth weapon that's going to give you some kind of advantage on the battlefield. Moving on, it does look like vehicles are going to play a huge part in this game. When I'm talking about this, I'm referring to the huge AT-AT walker that can actually traverse the land freely and just completely decimate anybody in its way. A good example of this would have to be the orbital strike that the AT walker does have that can take out a group of enemies with ease. In the bottom right corner, you guys will be noticing that this ability also does have a cooldown, so that's a good addition to have in the game so that nothing's ridiculously overpowered. Continuing with vehicle combat, you will actually be able to take out small armored vehicles such as TIE fighters or Y-Wings. You guys will be noticing in this little clip here, the person actually does switch out to the pistol and does some damage to the person actually flying over him. This kind of confirms that you will be able to take out enemies with small arms fire, which is a great addition to see in the game. Now continuing again with the vehicle combat, you guys will be noticing that the AT-AT walker is actually taken down by a group of jets that actually circle around it, tie some cables to its legs, and then it falls. Now this looks like something that is extremely iconic and is going to be really fun to actually pull off in the game. But you will not be able to take out this straight off the bat. You will actually have to put some damage into the vehicle before you would decide to actually put some cables around it, because it would make no sense to just, put the cables around it straight off the bat, because it would kind of defeat the purpose of even hopping in the AT-AT walker. Now it does look like there are going to be a lot of areas in this map that will cater to a lot of vehicle combat. For example, you guys will be noticing this little bit of a trench area that kind of caters to aerial combat, and it looks really cool and cinematic to have in the game, and I cannot wait to do something like this very shortly. Now it does look like you will be able to play as your favorite iconic characters from the Star Wars series. You will be able to play as Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker, on the specific map. And I'm going to assume this is going to apply differently to different maps, because it would not make any sense to have Yoda, for example, on a map like this, because he was never featured in the movies on the specific place. Now the way that these iconic characters do work is that they function as some kind of kill streak that goes to the player that actually does get a certain amount of points first. Now as these iconic characters, you will have certain abilities that other characters don't. For example, having the Force that can actually take out multiple enemies at the same time, and using your lightsaber to take out enemies and deflect bullets to kill them as well. Now I'm going to assume, like I said before, because it's going to work as a kill streak, it might only last for a certain amount of time or until you die, which would make sense in my opinion. And it might actually be able to go on sale again for the person that actually does save up enough points to actually use this kill streak, which is a really cool addition to see in the game as well. In addition to this, we do have a lot of cool co-op gameplay as well, and to my knowledge, this is going to be the substitute for a campaign, which is a little bit disappointing in my opinion, because I wouldn't mind seeing some kind of really short campaign to be added into Star Wars Battlefront. Maybe in the upcoming months, because they do have a lot of time, DICE, they can actually add some kind of mini co-op campaign, but I wouldn't mind seeing like a full-scale campaign to be added into Star Wars Battlefront. Chances are that's not going to be the case, but that would be really cool to see as well. Now moving on through this co-op gameplay, you guys will be noticing a lot of cool gadgets, such as the jetpacks like I did mention before, the personal shield, as well as this new grenade launcher thing that actually does a crazy amount of damage as well. You guys will be noticing it can take out multiple enemies, but does have a ridiculous cooldown in the bottom right. So this just further adds to the whole system of having your own customization and playing the way you want to play. And I believe this co-op gameplay will actually have multiple waves of enemies coming at you, something similar to like a Call of Duty game or something like that. And we are seeing a bit of the other kind of enemies that you will be able to face, hopefully, in the actual multiplayer, like the Stormtroopers, the Shock Troopers, the Scouts, the AT-STs, so on and so forth. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give this video a like and hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed already, as I will be covering the Battlefront gameplay in the upcoming months. Also, thank you guys for checking out this video. This has been the Canadian Baconer. Stay crispy, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.